Broadway, listen to the Broadway beat. Broadway makes you wanna move your feet. Everybody's tapping into everything that's happening on Broadway beats. Broadway beats. Broadway beats. Broadway beat.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway Beat. A Charity Case is the new play about adoption by Australian playwright and director Wendy Beckett. I stopped by the Clermont Theatre to chat with the cast, Allison Fraser, Alicia Reiner, and Jill Shackner before a recent performance.
Don't you worry, sweet pea. One day, I am going to make you the perfect dress. I know what men like.
I don't care what men like.
Oh, you will.
Anyway, you just make me some formal dress, all proper. I'd rather wear jeans.
Cotton pants? Gee, looks matter. First impressions?
Mom, nobody dresses that way anymore.
Oh, what about a school social or a romantic date, huh? You know, you could make more of an effort if you tried just a little bit. Your hair is very pretty if you just curl it. What?
Well, this is my third play with Wendy. I did Anison in One of Her Lives with her about 5 years ago, her first play in America, and I played June Miller in that. And then she did Modatti last year, and I played Modatti in that. And then she said, I have a modern piece, because those are both based on historical figures, and she said, I have a modern piece I would love you to look at. And we looked at this, and I fell in love with Harpy, because Harpy is crazy and a very different role than I'd ever played before, and I was scared out of my mind. It made me kind of sick to my stomach, and I always look for things that challenge me and make me a little sick to my stomach.
So when you read the play, tell me your thoughts on the play.
Well, the play touched me in a very deep way because it really talks about the feelings of what it feels like to be adopted. And it delves into it in a way that I've never seen a play do before. And it is the story of this 17-year-old girl and her two moms, her birth mom and her adopted mom. And I love this play because it really, really delves into her feelings. And my character sort of expresses a lot of feelings some of us are afraid to talk about. And I love being able to do that.
Talk about the company, because there's 3 of you in the show.
Yes, I feel incredibly blessed to be working with the amazing Allison Fraser and Jill Shackner. They're both spectacular, and it's been a joy. It's been such a joy. Our styles are very different in the way that Wendy's directed, and I love what they're doing, and I feel so honored to work with them.
Penn Station. She was barely 3 years of age. I put my baby girl on a train. She was carrying a brown leather case, and I had tied a bright pink bow in her hair. The train was going to San Francisco, but there was no one there to meet her at the other end.
Well, I'm playing Deirdre. She's 17, and she has a complicated relationship with her adoptive mother, and she doesn't really know much about her birth mother. And for her, she's sort of discovering who she is in relation to her mother and her adopted mother, because she learns more information about her as the play goes on. So it's just sort of discovering the way she feels about her mother/mothers.
And take me back to the beginning of when you first read the play, what attracted you to the play and what you love about the play.
Well, when I first read the script, I was really touched by it. I definitely have a few friends who are adopted, and I think that it's important to sort of understand the way someone's feeling, and I think the play does that really beautifully by having really personal moments with each character, so you have a better sense of what's going on inside of their mind as opposed to the dialogue, which is equally powerful but in a different way. And I just thought the relationship between mother and daughter was really, really special, because every mother and daughter has a very different relationship. And although this one may be different from someone else's, it doesn't take away sort of what makes that relationship more special. It wasn't because of you he left.
Of course it was.
No, it was me.
It wasn't your fault. You must never say that. He was selfish.
He was so disappointed in me.
Dee, don't talk about it.
I tried so hard to be good.
Dee, we agreed that we would never talk about it.
Perhaps it wasn't what he hoped for. He wanted a boy.
No,
I didn't mean to disappoint
He
him.
was a child.
I used to love him.
Oh, Dee. So did I. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. It was no one's fault. He just wanted to leave. I think I was out on Long Island working on a video game, because I do some voice work and motion capture work for video games. And my agent sent me this script. And I know that I have something coming up in January, so I kind of had a hole in my schedule. I was twiddling my thumbs in the fall, you know, after I got out of Love, Loss, and What I Wore. And they sent me the script, and I read it, and I was immediately enchanted, not only because it was a very, very compelling story about adoption, you know, about the triangular dynamic among an adoptive mother, a natural mother, and a troubled child. But it's also, the piece spoke very much to me in a personal way, because the main character really reminded me a lot of my relationship with my mother. Basically, this woman reminds me of my mom. I had not an easy relationship with her, and when I read the script, I said, maybe I can work through some stuff if I do this play. And although I wasn't adopted, I did have the same kind of, you know, troubles that Deirdre has with her mom, the competitive thing, the, oh, I don't want my daughter to grow into a woman, oh, don't get involved with boys. It's a lot of the same stuff. And also, it takes place in 1964, and, you know, I have this just amazing photo album of my mother, you know, like in short shorts and black glasses and platinum blonde hair, smoking this cigarette, vodka in one hand. It's like, oh my God, that's Faith, scarily enough. But one of the key things that really drew me to the piece was, as you know, because you see everything I do, I'm kind of known for doing villains. And when you look at this script initially, you go, oh, this woman she's a very difficult woman and does some pretty awful things to her daughter. But I thought, is there a way I can bring humanity to this person? Is there a way I can make the audience understand her and not think of her as the villain of the piece? Because I truly believe that there is no villain in this piece. And I really hope that I've achieved that goal.
I don't want to meet her. I won't. It's a horrible idea. No.
But you contacted her.
She wrote to me just a few times. I didn't want to upset you, and then I found her letters to you. I didn't answer her. I'm not going to.
Well, either way, Didi, you'll have feelings, questions. I can't answer them all.
She sounds weird.
Does she? No, that's silly. I'll be fine. But you need to sort this out in your head.
You and I always fight. It's normal. All my friends fight with their moms.
Really?
I don't want to see her.
She probably wouldn't be as good a mother as me. Bet she's not much of a looker either. But it might be for the best. We can't put it off any longer.